Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I thought today I would come and do a wintry eye look using the new Huda Beauty Icy Nude Palette because I got sent this quite a while back and I've still not used it. So I thought I'd do more of a cool tone, kind of icy, smoky winter eye look rather than my usual kind of bronzy warm tones. This is what the palette looks like. Quite a few cool tones in there, and then you've still got your warms. I don't think I'm going to use any shimmer or glitz. I'm going to keep it matte, and yeah, I'm going to kind of see how I feel as I go with it. Wearing my hair back will just focus more on the eye makeup. Sometimes when I've got my hair down and curly, it just takes over. So you really have to be like in the mood or have the right look on to wear your hair curly. So anyway, here we go. Because I want to keep it as cool tone as possible, I am going to use more of like these shades and try and keep it less warm, just because I'm such a lover of warm colors. Start off with the shade High Life, and I think I'm going to add a few of these into the crease. I already had bronzer on for contouring before, so I'm just going to go over that with this. The shade High Life. Those of you that know I like to go quite high up into the brow bone, and I really love using big fluffy blending brushes. This brush is from Tropic and it's a double-ended brush. You can see it's well used. It's actually really good for like nose contour on this side and blending, and then this big brush this side is so good for eye makeup. Like, it's literally, I've been really selfish and kept this for myself and not put it in my kit, but I actually need to get it for my kit as well because I really love this brush, and it kind of does the work for you. I also, with this eye makeup today, I still want to bring in this inner nose kind of brow contour because I think it really brings a look together and can make it look really sultry. So always, before I get right into the look, I like to just kind of frame out the eyes with that kind of transition shade. And obviously this is a more pinky lilac-y cool tone, and every time I do a cool tone eye makeup I forget just how much I love it. I feel like a lot of Huda's eyeshadow palettes always have loads of cool tone shades. This one, they actually look warmer on camera than they actually are, but they are, there's a good mixture in this palette basically. Right, now I'm going to use the shade Poised, along with Lavish. And I'm using a slightly smaller blending brush. It's quite frayed, this one, but it's Zoeva 224. And I'm going to focus this slightly more into that socket. So I really want to frame out the socket. Generally with blending eye makeup, when you have these fluffy brushes, there's really not a lot of work that you need to do. I always say to people, it's like little circular motions and then sweepy kind of windscreen wiper motions that blend in so easily. And this kind of look that I'm doing, where I'm focusing on the crease and bringing it inside into the brow bone, this doesn't always work for everyone. Sometimes you feel like it's too heavy on the inside. If you are someone who has quite close set eyes, like mine are actually quite close set, but I still love doing this. If you find that it's something you don't like, then avoid this step where I kind of contour and shadow this inner part of the brow and nose. But if you are someone that has quite wide set eyes and there's quite a big gap between this area, this space, then this can help to just bring that together and give the illusion that it looks closer together. Shade Lavish and the shade Unapologetic. I want something slightly deeper and warmer just to go on this inner part of the eye and brow. It can be quite a dramatic look, but it can really look quite striking. And then I'm going to go back in with both of those shades Actually, I'm going to use the shade She Rich to start to deepen out that outer edge. And I'm focusing that just right in that socket where you really feel it dip in. When you're holding your brush, I've said it before, but don't hold it too far, too close to the actual brush. You feel like you have too much of a heavy hand when you're applying makeup then. I want to keep it quite far back and really light brush strokes to blend this in. I go in with the bigger brush and back into Poised and use this bigger brush to blend out those edges. This is where you have to be a little bit less afraid to go like high and wide with your eyeshadow. So I'm bringing out. Again, if you find that your eye space is smaller, you can still do this. I just like to leave this space under the brow free so that you have that little kind of lift in the brow. I'm going to use the shade Oneself with a more flat brush, and I'm going to press this onto the eyelid because I want to bring the cool tone right into this look. And then I'm going to use that same brush just to buff everything in to that shade. I don't want this to look too light on the eyelid, and I can see how bright that's looking. So what I'm going to do once I've blended this out is just press over this with the shade Poised again. Poised is this more kind of like grey lilac-y colour, just so it doesn't look too bright. These colours, when they get put together, Huda palettes are the perfect palettes to experiment with. Like, the pigment is always perfect, and when they get on, like, you always think it's a colour that you're not going to want to use until you actually try it and you're like, wow, that's actually so beautiful. There's something about this side that's not balancing out, so I'm just going to add a bit more of lavish and high life. Ooh, guys, I'm loving it. We've got a really nice kind of, it's actually turning into quite a lilac-y, cool tone makeup look. I'm now going to go in with the shade She Rich. I'm going to use a really small, more defined brush. This looks really dirty, but this is the brush 237 Detail Shader from Zoeva. I think these were from a set quite a while back, because every time I recommend these now, I realise that they're not always that easy to find. But these brushes were great because they weren't overpriced, and they're really good quality. Like, they have lasted me so long. So I'm just using that brush to really go against that lash line and create a smoky, sultry bottom lash line. This is a flat brush that I use with concealer when I'm cleaning up my makeup. This kind of eye makeup really doesn't need to take too much time. My big thing, I know I'm a makeup artist, but I actually really don't like spending tons of time on my makeup, and a lot of my looks are kind of created without spending like hours on makeup, because I know it's so easy to spend that long. This makeup look doesn't take that long to do. I'm just kind of explaining as I'm doing it, so it's probably going to feel a little bit longer. I want to make this richer and deeper, so I am going to add eyeliner, and you can choose what liner you want to use, but I'm going to use a really rich deep brown on the inside lash line, and I am going to use a black liquid liner on the top lash line, because why the hell not, go for it. So I'm actually using Maybelline Tattoo Liner in the shade, I think it's just bold brown, yep. And I want to add this into the waterline And I want a tight line under the top lash line. This is a really good way to add the depth into your eyes. And I'm going to go all the way along the waterline. I like to kind of do all of it because it can really bring out your eye shape. And then I'm just going to go back in with that little defining brush just to blend out that inner corner. And you can see it's just kind of created more of an almond shaped eye. This can either really open up your eyes or really close your eyes and make you feel very overdone. So I only recommend doing this if this is something that you already do and can't live without. Otherwise, try just doing this top lash line. Most people are used to doing top liner and not so much the inside liner, but it can instantly make a look go from soft to dramatic. And there are other ways to do it as well. You don't have to use dark brown. You can use some really beautiful shades on the waterline. If you have like green or blue eyes, those coppery brown shades look so stunning on the waterline. They don't have to be stupidly dark, but they work so well. Someone with brown eyes like me can pretty much use anything. Well, anyone can use anything. There are no rules, but if you want to look balanced or not over the top, then these are my tips. So we've smoked it out with the inside liner. I'm now going to go in with liquid liner. I think we'll go for it. My Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid liner. I really love this one. Jet black, and it stays so well, and I just want to enhance the shape we've created. Oh wow, that's lovely. Okay, it's there, but we have to work with it. We're just gonna have to work with it. What I like to do with my liner, I've explained it before, I like to kind of lift the eye from the outer edge. You can see now how we've really created more of a kind of, I guess, a more snatched, lifted cat eye. This has been my ultimate go-to for the last year or so. Went through a whole stage of not using any liner for a long time, especially liquid liner, and then I've just regained my love for it. And I just think in the winter months, like, I don't know, wearing more makeup in the winter just works. Like, I've got a fuller coverage foundation on, I've got my full powder on, you know, I can go for it and not feel overdone. I just feel like really fun and wintry. Let's do this eye. It's very hard doing it when I'm holding a mirror and I've got mascara on. By the way, the mascara I had on is brown, so we'll go over it with a black shortly. I think with liner, it's just about kind of taking it slowly. Again, really light touches and not pressing too hard. The only time I press harder is when I'm pulling along the lash line here, and I almost use the whole side of it to balance. Let's just go in there with the liner. So we have a much more lifted, winged out eye makeup, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm going to enhance these outer edges with a bit more of She Rich, which is this dark kind of aubergine colour. Just want these outer edges to enhance with the eye shape. I think what I will do next time is show you how you can create different eye shapes. So this is very much kind of suited to an almond eye. When you've got an almond eye shape, you can kind of experiment a little bit more. I can show you looks that will create more of a rounded, more open eye. And also if you want your eyes to look less kind of rounded and big, then all of this area would be a lot darker and the kind of smokiness would go from the root of the lash outwards. The eye colours are actually looking really stunning. They're a lot more lilac-y, purpley than I thought, but kind of works with this like coffee colour top as well, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to get some more mascara on. I'm going to go in with my black one. This is the Sweet Beauty Pro Lash Lift Mascara. I love it so much. As a lot of you know, I use Revitalash eyelash serum. My lashes have finally come back. Actually, if you go back a few videos, you'll see how much they just fell out. I think it was along with the whole iron deficiency situation. I'm not sure what caused it, but they completely disappeared and finally they're back to their maximum volume. So I have got the Huda Beauty Easy Blur foundation on. I think it's the Easy Blur. Is that what the collection was called? So I've got the foundation on, I've got the powder on from earlier, and I just want to add some more powder, but for brightening purposes, because I feel like with this eye look and these colours, we can get away with just having more of a lighter, brighter, pinkier powder under the eye. Quite happy with the complete eye look. I'm gonna now try out, before we do any powder, the face gloss. It's the first time I'm using this whole collection, so let's see how this looks, because I thought this was just like a clear face gloss, but everyone that's been putting it on has shown that it has, there you go, colour in it. I already had blusher on, but you can already see that that really does add like a gorgeous glossy pink to the cheeks. Gorgeous. Oh my god. I decided to bring out the good old Easy Bake and Snatch pressed powders, and this is the shade Cherry Blossom Cake. This is what I wanted to use to lift and brighten these areas. I just really wanted to get that pinky bright tone under the eye. Like I said, I already did powder and set earlier, but look at that. Oh my god. This powder works better over a loose setting powder. So, wow, that's really done what I wanted. I'm going to go down by the side of the nose contour, right under the eye, and really lift. Brush is amazing, by the way. This is an Oh Pretty brush. I think I've said about it before. This is the OB13. I can't for the life of me remember when and where or how I found it and figured it out, but it's a great brush. I feel like I got sent it because I have a feeling I tried to get a hold of it before, or after, shall I say, for my kit, and struggled. All right, so we're just going on the chin as well. We're getting a really much more kind of like matted down winter look. Wow, love that. That's really made all the difference. I already had on my Kylie Cosmetics Ice Latte lip liner, and I had the Huda Beauty Sugar Baby lip gloss on, but I'm actually gonna top it off now with these new ones. This is called She Glitzy. Just want to keep it, I don't want to add too much colour. Wow, that's actually so nice. Oh god, it smells amazing, guys. That feels, I thought it was going to be really sticky, but it's like the other ones. It's really nice texture. And it smells so good. And wow, it actually looks so nice on the lips. We are done. That was actually quite a quick eye look. I keep looking over here because I'm just looking at how the colours are coming out on camera. I am sat in front of natural light, but I also have extra soft light on, so you can kind of see the colours a little bit more. I'll just turn that off. Sit without the extra light because it's slowly, the sun is going down. I can't keep up with the daylight in England at the moment, but you can see it looks a lot more smoky. God, I've got a lot of gloss on. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love this. It turned out really nice, beautiful palette. Maybe before I go, I should put one of these shimmers on like the inner corner. Just setting spray onto my brush just to dampen it. And then, oh, which shade shall I use? I think I'm gonna use this one here. I wanna use something a bit more grayish. Oh, it's got like a two-tone. Oh, I'm excited. Let's add this into here. Wow. Wow, that has actually really made it pop. That has really made it pop, hasn't it? Wow, maybe I'll use, now I want to use it all. No, okay, let's not. Let's just add a little hint. That's actually made it a little bit more silvery, which I quite like. What do we think? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to, I could literally get carried away. Oh. Maybe I'll try the Diamond Dew at the bottom. So these come up really pigmented, but they're very glittery. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready. Shall I do it? It does look quite nice. Let's do it. Let's try it. Why not? This is all part of the fun. Oh my God. Pigmented. She really doesn't ever let us down, does she? Like, that is a true pigment. Like, that is the leftover on my brush. That's on top of matte powder. So can you imagine if that was like put straight on to like an actual base where it would stick even better? That's quite amazing. I know it's going to look weird, but this video is coming to an end. So I'm actually going to try this shade on the other eye because, like I said, these are very unusual textures. And I feel like it only Huda does these in her palettes. And they're just so special. That actually doesn't look too different. It's a bit softer. So this one has a little bit more of a pink reflex to it. So you're getting more of a silver look from this side and slightly more of a pinky reflex on this side. But this is very full on for me. That might have just taken it to the next step. But I mean, it looks cool, doesn't it? Definitely looks jazzy for winter. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the little try on of the Huda Beauty Icy Nude palette. I've really enjoyed playing with it and loved the colours. Definitely for me preferred it matte with the inner highlight. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled for the last 5-10 minutes of this video and it's really pointless. So we're gonna end this here. I hope you enjoyed something a little bit different. Playing around with new products gets me excited for the winter months, just to enjoy this kind of festive season, and hopefully I'll come to you with some more looks. Sending lots of love to everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.